Hi guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back. Today I want to do another video for you with a split cup and my spinner. And I've been using these 8x8" canvases lately because just whenever I want to try some different things out, I don't want to use a larger one and I don't want to waste a lot of paint in the process. And then when they're varnished and ready for sale, they're cheaper, so they're easier for me to sell the smaller ones. I randomly selected colors again. I don't know why I chose the colors that I chose, but I did. I was looking through my bin of pre-mixed paints because I'm going out of town Sunday, from Sunday to Sunday. And I won't be here to paint next week, so I don't want to mix up any new paints. I just want to use some of the ones that I have left over. And I'll start with Magenta. This is a Master's Touch paint. And I forgot my recording light that I normally put on this side, but I hope that I have enough light with my overhead light and the light on my phone for you to see. This is Artist Loft Neon Pink. And I don't need to fill this all the way since this is a smaller canvas. This is Primary Red. And I think that this is Liquitex Basics brand. So far my first three paints have all been different brands of paint, but that's okay. Next, I want to put in the middle some blues, and this is Cobalt Blue, and this is Liquitex Basics, I think. Okay. And this one, I'm not exactly sure which paint this is. I was trying to find, I have some Blick neon paints, and I was trying to find the neon blue or fluorescent blue, but I don't know if this is the Blick fluorescent blue or if it is Sky Blue from Creative Inspirations. I'm not sure. Can't remember. Whenever the painting's dry, I can do a check with my black light, my UV light, to see what it looks like, to see if that looks fluorescent or not. This is Liquitex Basics Ultramarine Blue mixed with some iridescent white, and I am seeing that I put more in this middle section than what I put in the red section. So I may have to add a little bit more in the red section. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. This is Holiday Green, and I think that this one is a Studio 71 brand. Whenever I first started pouring a little bit over 2 years ago, we had a craft store that it's now Michael's, but it used to be, originally it was Crafts 2000, and then it was called something else. I forget what it was called. But then whatever that one was called, they were going out of business, and then they changed the store over to Michael's, and that store had Studio 71 brand, and it was always pretty cheap. So that, I think, is where that Holiday Green came from. This one, I think, is from my Blick Student Acrylics fluorescent colors, and I think it's Fluorescent Green. And then this one, I don't remember what this is, and it's not labeled. I used to know what it was, but I really forget. It's some green shade, but I don't remember what kind, what brand, or what green it is. I have no idea. And as I went, I gradually used more and more, so we'll put some more Primary Red in this side. They won't be completely even, but I don't really need that much paint anyway, so it should be okay. That one won't get on the lid very well. Let me move these out of the way and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and I think what I want to do is, this isn't quite, it's too small or it's too big to fit like right inside of there, but it's a little bit too small to fit equally on top of there. But I want to try either a ring pour or a straight pour, and I want to spin my Lazy Susan as I go. There's still not as much red as there is of the other colors. Whoops. And since it's starting to taper down, I'm just going to go off that side. Try to give it a second. There's a little gnat flying around. Try to give it a second to see which way it's going to spread. I have a little bit left in there. I might be able to do something with that when I'm done. What I should do is see which way it's leaning and kind of place it opposite. Okay, I need to torch because I do see at least one big bubble there. Okay, I don't know, I don't have any just white mixed to put around the edges to help it spread, but I do have this Pearlescence that I was using the last time. Just to help it spread around the edges. Hopefully that part that's kind of messed up there, hopefully that'll get spun off. I'm gonna spread this and then spin the spinner to like spread the paint out, and then after I see how it's spreading, I might decide if I want to tilt at all. And I know I keep messing up getting the colors in with that Pearlescence. So we'll have to spin that part off or tilt over it or something. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a spin and let it spread out. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. I wasn't sure how the colors would turn out, but I'm going to spin it again. I'm not really liking the way the red is there. That's because this part here, I'm not liking that super well. That's because of how I was tilting it. But let me try spinning it the other direction. And let me try it once more that way. So I wonder if I can tilt by tilting this whole thing. I don't know. Let me give it one more good spin. There's just one spot on this side here that's not covered. I kind of wish this part was a little bit more centered. So it's over here that I need paint, but I kind of want to tilt it that way a little bit. I don't know. Let me torch again. I see a bunch of bubbles. That's why I want to torch again. I don't really want cells per se, but I'm going to get a few. But I had a lot of bubbles in there. I just want, I don't know if you can see this spot over here that's still white. I just want paint over that spot. But I don't know what else to do. I could maybe tilt over this side and then tilt back a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to gently tilt by holding the entire spinner. Just to go over that side a little bit. I don't know, I'm not getting it very well, and now I want this to come back more. I want that part more towards the center. Oh! Not a good idea. I'm gonna just have to pick it up and kind of tilt it to get the center part where I want it. And then I can spin again to tilt it out, stretch it out a little bit more. Hope you can see that. Okay, now I'm messing up one of these sides over here a little bit on accident. Okay. Let me wash my hands, hold on. See, there's still that white side there. Okay, let me try to spin it again. Stretch it out a little bit. Still have a white spot. I put some pearlescence over that white spot so that it will at least have paint, and I'll spin it again. Okay, so at least there's paint. There's that pearlescence paint on that spot that's kind of white. It's just going to have to stay that way because I don't want to try to put drippings or anything else over that. I don't really want to do a lot else to it because it's starting to, some of the colors from where I tilted a little bit, some of the colors are starting to bleed a little bit more. Like this neon pink is bleeding out a little bit. This corner looks weird from where I dropped it maybe. So that's, I think I'm just going to leave it like this. And I wanted that kind of almost in the center, but it doesn't have to be exactly center, just to make that the focal point, I think. But overall, I think I like it. So I'm just going to leave it. The paint on this thing, I will either dip some pieces in for necklaces like I have been doing, or I will let it dry and peel them off and use them for necklaces or something. I'm not sure how well they're going to do for necklaces with like the red and green together, and it's pretty dark. So I might just have to scrape that part. I don't know. But anyway, this is it for this one. I'll take you down for a close-up and let me know what you think. Thanks as always for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. And as always, have a blessed day. Bye! Okay, I'll do the close-up and show you some of the details. I like the colors together, surprisingly. I wasn't sure where I was going with this, with doing like red and green, and then I picked out some blues as well. And I don't know that I've ever just used red, green, and blue before. This part of the red kind of bothers me a little bit because the rings weren't very nice, but as it stretched out, it looks better. I like these lines here between that blue and green. This neon pink started bleeding a little bit from where I was tilting, but I think once it dries, it will look pretty neat because I think the neon and fluorescent paints are transparent, so they won't be as noticeable when they're dry unless I put it next to the black light or the UV light. This is kind of that middle little corally sea plant looking thing. It reminds me of like the plants on the bottom of the ocean. I always end up getting those kind of in the middle of my spinny ring pours. I think that all of these pink lines through this red will look really nice whenever it dries, or at least that's what I'm hoping. This iridescent ultramarine blue will dry kind of dark, but I'm hoping that it all dries nicely together. That is coming over the edge. It might still run down a little bit as it drips. I'm trying to find the one side where I had to put, see, those sides look kind of weird right now, but once they dry, it'll be okay. Here's where I had to put the pearlescence on there because the paint just would not run over that spot. But that's okay. Sometimes you have negative space, or you have spaces where paint doesn't run, and instead of doing too much to it to try to fix it, I just decided to stop after a while. I'll show it to you all directions, and let me know what you think, and let me know what colors you think I should do next time in something like this. Sometimes I use extreme sheen paints with this technique just to see the different effects that they make, but none of these paints were extreme sheen. I just wanted to pick some of my random colors, and I think I like it. So that's it for this one. Have a blessed day. Bye.